Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Yentra, and I want to welcome you all to the next stream in the continuing series of the question to be answered. Which is the best place to mine, or where is the best place to mine Hadanite? And we are pitting Magda versus Daymar. And we've been doing, this is the fifth part of this series, and we have really kind of come to a place where we can actually start looking at some of the numbers that I've collected, and you can see for yourself how the picture is sort of shaping up currently. So I'm going to go ahead and share this because this is going to be a little bit of a surprise for all of us. So as you can see, we are looking at a table here with Magda and Daymar stats. Now I've added a couple of things. I'll explain what they are. The first column there is sessions, and that's basically every time I did a series. So we're on part 5, and we did actually 2 sessions on Magda. So that's the difference there. And we've done 2 on Daymar. We did 3 on Magda, I'm sorry. Basically like 2.5. Kind of put a half an hour in there, an extra half an hour. And the number of runs represents the number of clusters that we came across. And we are stopping for Hadanite only and 2 or more in a cluster. So that's what we're defining as a cluster. So we did 10 on Magda and 6 on Daymar. And then we're counting the total number of minutes. So those are minutes, 166 minutes versus 123. And then we have the total that we've sold Hadanite for, 220,275 on Magda as of now, and 200,475 on Daymar as of now. But I added another column here, and that is what I'm calling the profit per minute in alpha UEC. So this is an interesting stat. So I'm taking the total time and dividing by the amount that was sold. So in this particular case, 123 minutes divided by 200,475 is Daymar's stat of 1,630. And you can see I've highlighted the winner, and I'm defining the winner as the least amount of sessions and the least amount of runs and the least amount of time in total minutes and the highest total, and the highest average or time per minute or a profit per minute. So you can see here that we are like 43 minutes behind on Daymar in terms of time. We've only done 6 sessions, and 2 sessions, and we've only done 6 runs. And a run is, again, a cluster. It's how long it takes. I'm keeping track of every cluster chunk. I'm not counting the individual rocks. I'm calling the cluster as a run. So it is an interesting set of developments. I just threw this table here together today in preparation for the stream, and you can see we are already looking at Daymar winning out by the average. So not the total amount of money that's being made, but if you're spending time on a moon and you want to kind of keep track of how much you're making per minute that you're on that moon, right now Daymar is winning, and we are on Daymar to continue to shore up the time discrepancy between the 2 moons, because right now Magda has, as I said, 43 more minutes of time on it. So that's pretty interesting, isn't it? So we're going to go ahead here on Daymar. We did a short run last time. I'm right here on Daymar on the pad, ready to go. There's a prospect. Last time I'm right here on Daymar on the pad, ready to go. There's a prospector here. Somebody has been there for a while, not sure what they're doing. But we're all set. I'm just going to go ahead and close the bay here because I did end up servicing the rock to make sure that it was ready to go for this session. And now we just have to get on the pad here, get in the pilot seat. And we're going to go ahead and start this thing up. Now, I am sort of surprised, but I guess not totally surprised because, you know, when you think about a cluster of like 5 or 6 rocks that you get to mine all at once, you're saving all that time. So I'm glad we're keeping track of time. And let's just make sure everything is buttoned up here and not flying away. Although that rock it stays put no matter what. So we're looking pretty good here. And I'm going to go ahead and start the timer right now. And we are on the sun side, and we've been taking advantage of the sun side where I want to fly west. And we have been taking advantage of this, of when we land on the sun side, that we are just kind of flying away. So this very first run, we want to get some distance between us and the mining station, but after that we'll start pinging away and we will start breaking some rocks pretty quickly, I hope. So this will be our 3rd session on Daymar. So I want to get my first set of boxes here so I can kind of ignore them. And now we're off to the races. So our first candidate right there. It's hillside, which we know we don't necessarily love, but you know, I don't mind mining on the side of a hill if I know they're all going to kind of tumble down. Ooh, this is also just a 2. Ooh, well, we got to follow our rules, so I'm gonna mine this if it is Hadanite, but I'm kind of secretly hoping that it's not. And again, we're kind of playing by the rules here because I want it to be fair. That is not scanning. And boy, it'd be crazy if we're right off into a 30K. I'll give it a little bit more time. I'm not going to waste too much time on this. It's only a 2. And as you can see, I'm definitely trying to scan that. It does look like Hadanite because it is pink. But I'm not getting any numbers on it. It's a tough call because I really said I was going to mine Hadanite. But if it's not scanning, it could be a server issue, and I don't want to get out and kind of monitoring my movements here, because if we do get a 30K, it would be helpful to be in the ship stationary, landed, and then we could just pick up right where we left off. The more I fly around, the more risk I'm taking. I'm just going to move on. I'm keeping my landing gear down, and I'm going to make sure to not use cruise control because that will also hurt us. I'll try scanning just any old rock and see if scanning was just broken on that one particular rock, or yeah, I also cannot scan this rock. So we may have lost our time saving here. I'm going to set it down real quick. Yeah, it sucks because I did have this all ready to go, as you know, and we want to get some mining done, but if we're going to 30K, and it takes a while for the server to 30K, so I like to check chat. And I know this is kind of hitting our time here. If we do end up 30K, I'll reset because we haven't done any mining yet, and I don't see anyone in chat saying anything about 30K. Okay, well, I don't like what we're seeing, though. 2 rocks that I can't scan. I'm going to try just a couple of things here. Try powering down. I'll hop out real quick. Kind of do whatever I can to reset. And hopefully that does it. And again, no one's complaining, so it could just be a, kind of a bugged service, because these things are services that run in the game, and they can crash independent of the game. So I might be on a server that scanning is crashed, and my game is not. My game is affected, but if other people aren't mining, they may not notice this. Okay. Okay, well, we're going to do something here. I'm going to head up, hit space, and we will do a reset here if this ends up being, because I'm going to have to do a log out. And I'm going to try to do a quick bed log and then come back. And we'll do a reset because we haven't started mining yet, and this is clearly a game-related issue. It's not related to Daymar. So let's just try jumping. Now this is a very risky maneuver, what I'm about to do, but I have had some success, so we're going to try it. And what we're going to do is bed log. It's kind of getting out of the path, getting away from everything. This is kind of how I've had fairly good success doing bed logs in just about all my ships. So we're going to see if this actually works. If it doesn't, we'll just roll with the punches as we do.
Engine systems disabled.
You at least want to turn your engines off. Sometimes I power the entire ship down. I don't think that really has any big effect. Everybody cross their fingers because this is risky. Oops, somehow does the game not? Oh. Well, now we might be 30K. No? Ooh, because I can't interact with that. Okay. Do the doors open for me? The doors open. But I cannot interact with that bed. Okay, that's a new one. I can get into the pilot seat. But I cannot get into that bed. Okay, well, I'm going to take that as a sign that I should not log off. Ugh. The bed is buggy. That's a bad sign. Well, we're going to lose a little bit of time, but I'm going to head back to
Engine systems enabled.
Crew L1, and we are going to log out there because something's not great. And
Quantum travel.
take a little extra time now and avoid any kind of costly issues later. At least that's the hope. So hit Crew L1 here. I don't think there's much I need to do there. And we do have a full session time here scheduled. So we have... The goal is to get at least an hour out of one moon. And I optimistically thought maybe we might even get back to Magda, because looking at those numbers, oh boy, Magda is behind in every category except for total earnings. But Daymar is not that far behind, only another 20,000 or so, less than 20,000, and with 43 less minutes. So, I think that's going to be one of those things that prizes are. And right now, I have to admit, I'm surprised, and I'm the one who was doing all the mining. If I had to tell you, in my mind, I was thinking Magda was clearly ahead. And of course, if you look at just the
Quantum travel complete.
amount that you're making, of course, that's the picture that's painting. But let's see if we can do a quick land and log out and log back in, because I am not happy with what we're seeing so far, enough that it concerns me. But you would think by now there would be a server crash. So I'll probably just jump back to menus and maybe join on
Quantum travel
a friend, so I know I'm in a different server, or at least close to a different server. I'll try to make quick work of this. Again, all my prep. I was on the pad, ready to go, so I could start mining right away. And of course, when you try to do that, you get yourself in trouble sometimes. I'm coming in way hot, and I'm not sure why that is. Oof. Because I'm excited to get this done.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh, all the way down there. That's interesting.
landing gear engaged.
This thing does pivot very quickly, and it's difficult to stay level there. But that's just kind of the ship being responsive, so that's not, you know, a hit against the ship. All right, so land here and log off, log back on, and we should be good to go.
Engine systems disabled.
In fact, I'm not even going to store the ship, but
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
I am going to store my armor. Oh man, yeah, the doors are just not responsive, and I don't know if it, you know, I haven't had the ship long enough to know if it's the doors just aren't responsive because that's just what the Nomad is, or is it because, you know, things are not working really well right now. Okay, so I have been losing armor like crazy when I log out, so new habit is to store everything locally before I log out. And once it's stored locally, then I can exit the menu and we will start all over. I'm going to put us into a nice little tech difficulties, so I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And already re-equipped myself with some armor here, so we didn't have to wait around for that. Keep my character's honor and decency by not being naked on stream. We're just going to head right back to where we were. Assuming I know where I'm going. That's the there we go. always hang a right from the burrito place.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
Okay, so we should just grab our Nomad. It should be loaded up
Vehicle selected.
with a rock,
Stand by.
and we should be good to go.
Vehicle has been delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Okay, so we are at Hangar 2. Gotcha. Hangar 2. Okay, right where I left you. Rock is still there. I always want to go further up in this ship to get in, but I have to remember that the entrance is kind of in the back half of the ship. I always kind of whip around to the cockpit area. Still loving this ship. It's very responsive. Yeah, bed is working now. That's good. That's always a good sign.
Welcome. Your journey begins now. All systems operational.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
Let's get back to Daymar and start breaking some rocks.
Landing gear retracted.
Thank you, and please visit again.
Yeah, I haven't really been having much luck with these markers. You'll see I had two, and I tried to hunt down the other one, and it just doesn't work. And I found that it's actually when you set your path while you're still in the hangar, it likes to bug out. So I don't know if, I try to do that sometimes to be safe, to save some time, but
Quantum travel engaged.
that's not what we want either, is it? Okay. This will be good. We shall see success. And now I'm ever the optimist. I really am. I had this picture in my mind that I was gonna have no tech issues, and I guess it's being probably a little overly cautious, but it's kind of hard to mine if you can't scan. You really can't do much there, because I know that if I'd gotten out and I had tried to mine those things, good chance I wouldn't have been able to get any details from the rocks, and they would have been dead rocks, because if you can't scan them, you can't really mine them. So that's why I didn't try to even go ahead and mine those two, even though I knew that they were Hadanite based on the look of them. I believe I can just stop here.
Complete.
I hope.
Quantum travel engaged.
was trying to find an excuse to take the Grey Cat STV out
Complete.
as well. I was tempted to find a way to really use it. Now, I don't really care where I jump at this point. Do I care? I'm just going to pop over to where we were.
Quantum travel engaged.
I really didn't pack any water or food, I don't think. So I'm thinking since we have an interruption, I might just go grab some from the mining station while we're there. I should have grabbed some before, but I was anxious to get going. I was starting a little bit later than I wanted to. I kind of want to run a full hour here, but boy, we're already approaching 1 hour, and I haven't even begun to mine yet. So here's what you know what I'm going to do? I am going to come to a stop here, and I'm just going to check my backpack, because if I do have some food and water, and I do, okay, awesome. So then there's no reason for us to even go to this mining station. We're going to head to a different jump point and get to mining. I'm glad I checked. We'll try popping all the way over here. I think this Edgar Flats was in the sun side. Let's find out. I said Edgar, it's Eager Flats, I guess.
Quantum travel complete.
Sure doesn't look like that's in the flats or in the in the sun. Let's just pop to an OM. And we know OM1 will always give us some sun.
Quantum travel engaged. Quantum travel complete.
Okay. Excellent. That's what we want. And I'm going to try. I'm just curious here. Yeah, let's jump to one of these ones that we know is in the sun side, and then we'll head west. Yeah. May not be the best strategy, but do I want to do that?
Quantum travel engaged.
Okay, as long as this is in the sun, which I think it will be, we're going to just head down, start the timer. It won't be from a pad, but we usually have to jump away from the pad anyway, so by the time I get down to the ground and everything, we'll be fair. Okay, so that's southeast, and I'd prefer to go west. Northeast. We'll just whip it around to northwest and west. Okay, great. So we're going to head west and stop right now and start the timer right now. So we're going to get a great first run, but I'm going to also do what I would have done, before. I'm going to take these boxes, I'm going to ignore them and get far away from our jump point. So that we're safe from getting griefed. Just let those boxes drop off. And we'll start mining right about now. Anything that's new that comes up, that's some hand minables. I'm going to skip that one. Get a little more distance. And okay, now we're down to just that one box, so we're ready to start. There's our first candidate right there. And I'm happy because I do want to make sure we don't, that we can scan. Okay, now this is a huge win for Daymar if this happens to be Hadanite, because that is a big cluster. Looks like scanning is working. Yes. Oh. And it is Hadanite. Ooh. So that was just 2 minutes of time. But of course that's, we had all that lost time as well. Ooh, that was a big drop. The doors are a little funky on this thing, I have to say. And I think we have pretty much, pretty good distance here from the mining station, or the jump point that we jumped through to get down here. So all good, all good. Look at that cluster. 1, 2, 3, 8 rocks. We're gonna be breaking some rocks here for a while, so kind of anticipating that. So I picked out a couple of different, some different music for you to listen to. So we'll mix it up a little bit so that we're not listening to the same music over and over again. I know that can get a little boring, but enjoy this new song. It's a little more upbeat. For a while I break rocks, because Yentra can't do 2 things at once. I need to focus on breaking some rocks. What a mess that rock was. I don't know what was happening there. I had no control of the laser on that one. Not good. It was in the green and popped right out, and I couldn't get it. So sorry for the overcharge on that one. And you didn't distract me this time, chat. That was all me. That was all Yentra. Okay, yeah, I did a little scavenging, scavenging on that one, and normally I don't do that, but in this particular case, I decided I was just gonna do it because we wanted to get some more rocks harvested. So, yeah, that's kind of the audible that I took there, but we already know at this point in the game Daymar's pulling ahead here. So that took us just about 17 minutes to get all of that mined up. So off to the next run. And we're at a total of around 20 minutes, right around now, from the official timer. So we at least want to do another half an hour.
Engine systems enabled.
I left some there, of course,
Landing gear
Um,
retracted.
because I'm not going to go everywhere and trace everything down, because that's really going to be a waste of time. And, you know, you kind of have to do your own profit calculation of time versus money if you're trying to capitalize. And given the fact that we find things, I think on average it takes us closer to the 10-minute mark, 8 to 10 minutes to find something worth mining here on Daymar. But when we do, we run into those bigger clusters. So that's just a twofer, but we're going to check it anyway. Oh, there's 3 there. Happy to see scanning still working. That's Hadanite, so we're going to mine it.
Landing gear engaged.
Try to soften my landing there a little bit more than I did before. And I also deployed that already, so we're good to go.
Engine systems disabled.
I mean, it's a 3, which you know, we've been seeing on Magda. That was pretty much all we've been seeing on Magda. Oh, this is quite a bit off the ground. We're gonna do it anyway, and I'll fix it when I come back. I'm usually pretty cautious with that tailgate.
Activating. Systems on. Extraction mode on.
See you on the flippity flip.
Mining mode on. Fracturing mode on.
Okay, we made short work of that. Now, the trick when you're scooping is to pay attention to the crosshairs. I don't know if you saw that, but if I'm scooping over here and I can't see where the laser is hitting,
Extraction mode
you really just want to pay attention to the crosshairs. That actually has more to do with where you hit than, you know,
fracturing mode on.
what you're seeing of where the laser is. So just a little tip there. That was a good run, a very good run here on Daymar. Could I just do a quick screenshot of this? Because that looks cool. Now, I said I was going to try to fix this. And let me see here. This is a very risky maneuver. Ah. Yeah, if you get that back tire up there. And then don't let it fall off. We're doing a little damage here, and that's not good. Ah, I see, it's just that one tire. So can we get that up there or not? Maybe just wasting time here. Yeah, I'm just wasting time, I think. Yeah, and we're risking this thing kind of blowing up, which has happened to me before, so just going to leave this thing powered up. And we knew we were going to have to fix this anyway, but we're doing so good on Daymar right now for time, so this will just kind of be part of the law of average here. Because this stuff's going to happen to you when you mine. And hey, if you want to mine together sometime, let me know. Hop over to the Discord server, the Know Nothings Discord server that I run. Say hello. The link is in the description. And we'll mine together. And we can kind of come up with our own fun. Okay, so now that is on the ground. And we're looking good. Meanwhile, if you're looking for something to do, how about exercising your mouse button finger and giving us a like and a subscribe? It's just 2 clicks. Just 2 clicks. Speaking of which, I can't... there we go. And as many clicks as it takes for me to get out of this thing, you could like and subscribe. It seems like a fair deal for the cost of nothing. I really am trying to get my viewers up, and I really want to grow the channel. So help me do that and give me a like and subscribe, please. Easy does it.
Shields off.
That's a pretty good run. I think I know we're over 20 SCUs of Hadanite right now. So that is a good start. Kind of use 20 SCUs as a benchmark, you know, to get going. So we put in a lot of time to position the ship and everything, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. pretty close here. Just 2 here. But if it is Hadanite, we will stop and we will mine. It is Hadanite. Wow. Wow, are we having some good luck just finding anything?
Landing gear engaged.
Now this is going to be a bit of a pain because of the fact that it is on a hill. But there's not much we can do about that. I am trying my best to land this thing nice and soft, but she doesn't want to do that. Take a little extra time on the landing this time. Yeah, it's just very uneven ground here, but I think that's going to be just fine. The sun's going down, getting those nice long shadows. So we'll try to make quick work of these 2 because I want to stay ahead of the sun.
Systems activating. Systems on.
So we know those things are going to go pouring down that hill, but we'll deal with that on the flip side. So we'll see you on the flippity. Okay. Not too bad. I say that every run, don't I? Not too bad, not too bad. And this wasn't too bad, was it? We are loving the scenery here. And I think this is just going to be a really, really good run for Daymar. So I'm kind of happy about that. Let's back this puppy up into the Nomad and get back to doing some more mining, scouting rather. We're just at 42 minutes. I'm getting a little dehydrated, so I'm going to fix that when we get back in the ship. And we are very close to the point in the capacity storage of the rock that I'm starting to get concerned that it's going to break down. So I'll check it out the next time we do a run. But I'd like to get one more in. Before we call it. It's a good session, and now we're really, I think at this point, we are kind of, we're at a place with rock mining where the rock is not very dependable. And you really have to kind of be careful. And, I'm half tempted to kind of head right back and sell this because we would hate to lose what we've just gained. And if we did do that, that would give us our almost exact match. Oops, I went the wrong way. For time, which is another bonus because we're about, I think we said we were 43 minutes behind.
Engine systems enabled.
So yeah, I think that makes sense. Let's go back and sell what we have. So I'm going to call that we're in the dark. We're going to relocate anyway.
Landing gear retracted.
So this is really good timing to just make a call, do a little audible here, and to at least go and stop this session, right? Sell what we have, get the money in the bank, and then call this a session. So just a little details here. We had a total of 44 minutes. It took us just under 2 minutes to find our first rock. And we did 3 runs. So it took us 1 minute and 58 seconds to do our first run. It took us 17 minutes, 40 seconds to do our second run. And then we scouted, which took us another 7 minutes to find, almost 8 minutes to find that next one. And then we had to do quite a bit of braking on that one. And then we found, we did 14 minutes, and then we did the that sort of last bit here. So overall, 14, 17, and 2 minutes. Quite dramatically different, right, from the consistency that we see in Magda, which was like about every 5 minutes we were coming across something. So it is definitely proving true that on Daymar, we are seeing inconsistent but profitable. So we'll head back to Shubin Mining Facility here and sell our goods. And I'm okay calling that a session.
Engage.
And we'll enter that in, and I think it's going to be, you know, again, Daymar is going to kind of win out here, but we're going to find out.
Quantum travel complete. Landing gear engaged. Engine systems disabled.
So we'll do a quick sell here. Kind of see where we land. I know I'm being overly cautious with that rock. But like I said before, you only have to have that thing break down on you once before you realize how annoying it really is. So we just did 112,200. And we had, like I said, I think 3 runs is what I'm going to put that down as. And we did do closer to 43 minutes. I took a little time there to reset. So I'm going to say 43 minutes just to keep it fair. And I'm going to sell 112,200. Okay, so now I'm going to put that in. I'm going to enter that into my now famous Discord bot, which I have named Hawking. And we will put that information in, and I can now pull up the stats kind of like right away. I won't be able to show you a graphic because I do create that graphic, and I'll repeat this information in the next session for sure. But all I have to do to get this information in is just add the stats that we have. So let's see here. So what I do is I put the command in, and I'm obviously doing this off screen. And all I really have to do is do the command, I have to put in what we're mining, which is Hadanite in this case. And then I'm going to put the number of runs, which we think is 3. And again, I'll confirm that, but I'm pretty confident it was 3. And then we're going to put in the total time in minutes, which was 43. And then we're going to put in the actual amount that we made, 112,200. And the location. Let me just get this going here. Okay, so Daymar obviously consistently or has continued to be the best place to mine. So Magda, we did 3 sessions. We did 10 runs. We took 166 minutes. Total of 220,275 credits earned there. And then our profit per minute was 1,327. Now on Daymar, we did a match there for 3 sessions. We did 1 fewer runs there. That is 9 as opposed to 10 for Magda. We captured this at 43 minutes, as I said, because I was kind of tooling around for that last minute. And I also knew that that was the difference. So we are exactly on a tie here for minutes. So we are minute for minute mining at 166 on both Magda and Daymar. And the total is 312,675 with a average profit of 1,884 credits per minute. So this is about as fair as we can go at this stage in the game, and we are looking at 90,000, a little less than 90,000 in difference in terms of profit. So it is Daymar right now. That also surprises me quite a bit. We had almost a 1-for-1 for time, as I mentioned. That is a 1-for-1 for time, but we did closer to an hour on Magda, and we did a smaller Daymar run last time. That's why I wanted to do another one, because we didn't really even get a full bit of time there. So that is pretty surprising to me that Daymar is kind of right now really, really, really looking like, kind of the best place. I would say I'm done mining on Daymar right now, because I want to give Magda a chance to show some better numbers, because even though we have the equal number of sessions, it could have we might not have enough sample data for Magda or for Daymar. It seems like we're having more of a consistent, kind of find on Daymar than we are on Magda. Magda seemed like it was kind of low for me when I was mining there. It felt like, boy, I'm not really finding anything. I usually find something on Magda. So, we're going to definitely want Magda to kind of have some more numbers, and Daymar too. We're not going to, try to weigh it one way or another. But at this point in the game, it does look very much like Daymar is doing pretty well. Now, we are in 3.17.3, and that's important as well. So maybe the spawn rates have changed on the moon since the last patch. That's always a possibility. So that's important to remember. But we're going to keep plugging away, putting these numbers in, and it is I think, a surprising result so far for me. I didn't think that Daymar was still doing as well, as it is. So in total, we've done 6 mining sessions, and we've done a total of 19 mining runs. We've made a total of 532,950 credits, and we spent a total of 332 minutes in all of our mining across all both moons. So the most mined location is a kind of an even split, and the profit, as I said, that we've pulled in here is all Hadanite. We're not mining anything else. And right now, Daymar is taking the win as the most profitable place to mine Hadanite, both from a number of sessions and from a per minute, and by number of runs, which is one fewer than we did on Magda. So in all categories, that scorecard that I showed, and I'll just kind of bring that up again, it's going to be straight across the board here. It's beating Magda by average, by total amount. It's a tie for number of minutes, so that's what we want. It is a 9 instead of a 10, and it's an exact match of 3, which is what we want. We want these columns, the sessions and runs, we want the sessions and the minutes to match. And the runs, that is, number of clusters. So, I don't really care, and maybe you do, but in this particular case, I don't care. So that's where we are right now. And kind of looking at the clock and looking at what we might have for time, I think that's going to end up being a mistake. It'll be rushed. I won't really give it a true half an hour. So unless I can spend some more time on that, I think we're going to wrap this one up. It's a little light. It's probably we're just sitting at about an hour and a half here, a little over that. And normally I go for about 2 hours, almost a full hour more than this. But I think given this series, to respect the series and respect what we're trying to do here, I'm going to call it here. And we are going to see you on the next one, where we are going to be mining on Magda and really seeing if we can change these numbers a little bit from what we have seen thus far. So my name is Yentra. I really appreciate you watching this to the end, and I hope you have an opportunity to like and subscribe, and also check out our Discord and say hello to me there. I really appreciate if you do that. All the links are in the description. Check out information about the Nomad. Check out some information about the 2 moons that we've been pitting against one another, Magda and Daymar. And I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot, guys.
Oh, we wildin', we drinking cherry wine and we dancing on an island. We going back the finest. Yeah, young Miss Tequila and call me señorita. Ay, papi, got me dreaming. My legs up on the ceiling. Oh, yeah. I know when he come, he ain't never gonna leave. No. Hit it the night run, and that's the way I wanna be. So don't think I'm the one to won't ever be enough. Mix until I know, bitch, I ain't the one. He don't want love. He just wanna fuck. Ow, little vacation. Drink it till we naked. Talking with our tongue.